Hey, this is Shante from Brown Sugar Talks under Black Unicorns. Today I am going to talk about two different people. And when I say they black, they real black. They real black. Okay, so one of them is Moses the Black. And what does not, he is from Ethiopia. So I don't like stories. I actually had to write something to the library because I remember they wrote it was something about I actually was like, what is this tribe? It's a tribe. It's called it's a Nigerian tribe. And they actually ended up slaughtering the whole tribe. They made an excuse to slaughter the tribe. So what it was is like when they came in to infiltrate, they actually surrounded them. Like they actually had a war strategy. So they came in straight, right? The white people, the colonists, they came in straight to try to take over the land. And they took, and basically with spears, they were able to take most of the guys out because they surrounded them. So again, you know how I go. White people got mad. The colonists got mad. So then they found a way to take them out. And what they did was they stole their art. They took their art and they sold it off or whatever, or took it down to some main part of the world. And they said that they were actually making human sacrifices, which it may be true. I don't know, but they said yeah, they would like sacrifice young girls or something like that. Even though they say also that there wasn't any evidence that's actually what was happening. So it is a Nigerian tribe. I forgot the name of the tribe, but I was like, this is crazy. So anyway, with Moses the Black, they swear that he was like a criminal before he became who he became. So anyway, he is an Ethiopian guy, and he goes down and he starts stealing everything. You know, he goes like, and it's the thing, he was going for one man. So it's like he attempted to steal something from this man. This man went ahead and hid away. Then he swam with a knife in his mouth, and the second time he was able to steal some sheep. So how he stole the sheep, I don't know. That's a huge thing to steal, sheep to slaughter. So he takes them and he goes and he hides with some monks or whatever. Which he was still, I guess he was still tempted. So then he goes further into the woods or something like that, and they make him a black Jesus. So even though they don't really want to say it, really he could have been just this. He could be Jesus. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say her wool and all this different stuff. So it's basically like a true testament of what when people say, you know, he was Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like when Jesus was black. So anyway, that's what they say. And at some point in his life, he heard the call of God. It was probably because he had experience with crime. I'm serious. I mean, you have experience doing bad things. You realize, I don't want to do this no more. I never wanted to do it in the first place. Sometimes you have to do some things to survive. Like, I ain't gonna do this. This is what I had to do. I had to do it. So, that's the whole thing. It's just like you just realize that it's not even it's not a game for you. It's not a game in your life anymore. But yeah, they call him Moses, Jesus, or Black Jesus. Either way, it's Saint Moses. He started off with a life of doing some bad things and ended up, you know, serving God, which I truly think is gangster, because kindness is gangster. You know, it's like you really, oh yeah, that's nice. That's good. That's some good stuff. Yeah, that's true. That's good. So anyway, let's move on to the next one. So yeah, Moses the Black. And then we have Saint Monica. So Saint Monica again is truly a black woman, and again they associate her with suffering. So she's the saint of the abused, of the wives and abuse victims. Her feast day is August 27th. And I think so. I think Saint Moses, his is the 28th. So Saint Monica, also known as Monica of Hippo, is Saint Augustine of Hippo's mother. She was born in 331 A.D. in Tagasta, which is present day Algeria. When she was very young, she was married off to the Roman pagan Patricius, who shared his mother's violent temper. Patricius' mother lived with the couple, and the duo's tempers flares proved to be a constant challenge to young Monica. They probably were bipolar. I'm not even playing. See how I'm saying? Y'all can basically break some of this stuff down. Nobody has to go through all this stuff for the rest of their life. So she had 3 children: Augustine, Navigius, and Perpetua. She was unable to baptize her children, and when Augustine fell ill, Monica pleaded with her husband to allow their son to be baptized. Once he allowed it, he was healthy again. For years, she prayed for her husband and mother-in-law till finally one year, her husband died. She successfully converted them. So as time passed, she entered a religious life, but unfortunately, Augustine became lazy and uncouth. This greatly worried Monica, so when her husband died, she sent 17-year-old Augustine to Carthage for school. And so basically, they all became saints. So, Perpetua, she had the slave daughter, and then St. Augustine, he went to school or whatever. Okay, so while in Carthage, Augustine became Manichaean, which was the major religion that saw the world as a light and darkness. And when one died, they were removed from the world of matter and returned to the world of light. Is where it comes from. So anyway, so basically they just, oh my God, she was just a mother of a saint. Let me see what she put into the world. That was her. That was Augustine. So Augustine got his education and returned home. He shared his views with Monica, who drove him from her table. Though it is not recorded how much time passed, Monica had a vision that convinced her to reconcile with her wayward son. Which really, it wasn't anything wrong with what he was saying. It's the truth. Monica followed. So once she got better, she followed her son to Rome, where she learned he had left for Milan. She continued her pursuit and eventually came upon St. Ambrose, who helped her convert Augustine to Christianity, following his 17-year resistance. I don't agree with that. I don't know. Augustine later wrote about a book called Confessions, in which he wrote of Monica's habit of bringing to certain oratories erected in the memory of the saints offerings of porridge, bread, and water and wine. When Monica moved to Milan, a bishop named Ambrose told her wine might be an occasion gluttony for those who are allegedly already given to drink. So she stopped preparing wine as offerings to the saints. I'm still trying to see what she did. It was really her son that did a lot of stuff. It wasn't even her. I mean, she was just like kind of converting people. You know what I don't like about her story is, even though sometimes I'll be like, I really like their stories, it's just, I do not like that they painted both of them in such a horrible light at first, And during her whole thing, it's like, so she's a saint because she took, and her youngest daughter became a nun. So she was surrounded by saints. And I guess it's because she was able to convert so many people into being a saint. So it's like an African lay woman is saint with whom black women can readily and easily identify, because Monica epitomized the present day black woman. That is not true. That's what I read this. I was like, I don't think I want to do this. But I didn't want to do anything about her because I was like, no, that's not true. It is not true. It is not true. Like, people would want us as black women to always be steadfast and praying and all this different stuff. That is not how it goes. I do like the way that St. Augustine said it's like a matter of lightness and darkness, and step into the light, Carolyn, and like leaving your matter behind or whatever. I like that idea. I hate the fact that they felt like what he was doing was wrong and that she had to then therefore try to convert him and all this different stuff. I don't think so. I think it's a subtle way of trying to control a woman, especially a black woman, a woman of color. So I think that's what it is. It's like basically they took stereotypes of black women and a black man and then put it onto these two saints. Like that's their story. And I don't think that that's true. I really don't. I hate that everybody else I've read about, they start off as like their parents sent them away to study or whatever, or they sent off to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what it was. It's like they were sent away to do something. And then for her to actually live through the abuse for so many years, like it's like something like it's a pat on her back because she was able to stay with that, with the stepmom and the husband for so long. That is crazy to me. No, but then in another way, it's like it's almost understandable because where else would she have to go, being a woman? So she had to find something else, outside of what they were doing to help her. And I see that, as far as the religion goes and how she was able to change them over. But man, it's always like they always want us to be some type of like where we gotta fight for something or whatever. Or she had to be, he had to be a criminal and she had to fight. She had to suffer through all of it. I don't think so. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Like I don't know. I'm just sorry. I don't know about none of this other stuff. But that's it for today. Y'all, I don't even know how, so I could sit here all day and pray or meditate or whatever, but until I figure out who's stalking me, then it's like it's not going to even work. None of it will. So the person know everything about what went on in college. And they able to have these people actually try to connect with me in some kind of way. Connect with me in some kind of way. So, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if that man was Fritz the other day, Fritz. But, for whatever reason, it's still a reminder of him. And that's the part where I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be at a part where I just automatically assume that this person is him, But I didn't like the way he came towards me as far as like looking at the picture. Because it was like, I guess he was trying to impersonate the picture that I had online. And then, knowing that he look at my son page because he put up a finger sign at my kid or listen to the show or whatever, I don't know. I just don't know. So, who knows? And then as far as the women go, I just think about, man, like how I went to St. Louis and all of a sudden I got these women again, they jealous of me. They had a group of making fun of me. Because I didn't watch TV. So the assistant principal, he would say stuff about TV or whatever. And he would try to make fun of me. And it's like, okay, I don't know what you making fun of me for. I'm trying to actually change something in education. And you actually trying to laugh about it. So that tells me that you don't really know what you talking about. You don't know. You first off, you don't care. You just here to pick up your check, right? And then the next thing is you don't know enough to rattle me on that one. You can't. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, why would y'all do that? Why would you make those decisions? I just don't get it. I'm just like, if you are adult people, why would that happen? What did they send over to you for you to continuously doing it? I just, man, the jealousy, the jealousy, the jealousy. I didn't know. No clue. No clue. So, yeah. I don't know. Y'all don't know. And they saw me in the hospital. Those women saw me in the hospital. Saw me in the hospital. I even sat down and told one of the teachers, Miss Sutton. She was pregnant at the time, too. The other lady had just had a baby. When everybody left the room, I said, I'm so depressed. I told her, I was like, I'm so depressed. I didn't have nobody to talk to. I was like, I'm so depressed. I can't. I'm so depressed. I went to the principal. I'm so depressed. And then I invited one of the students over because her mother was moving. And I needed the help because I couldn't move anything because I had stitches. And actually, because of my wound, it wasn't that it was stitches. The wound was actually closing on its own. So, I needed help trying to get one of my kids' toys up the stairs. And so I asked the little girl, I was like, I actually told the mother, I was like, she can come over my house, because I know you got to move and you probably need the time, whatever, And I had the other little girl and I said, I actually need the help. I told her why and all this stuff. So I'm just like, what was wrong with y'all? It was like, I woke up and I thought about the woman who always used to come in and be like, your class talking loud. They talking. You by the elevator. You can't talk. And when I tell you, this woman actually got her jealous butt in my car so I can help her get her box so we can bring the school supplies back. She didn't have to even ride back with me. If she was already mad at me and jealous of me on the first ride, why would she get back in my car? That was my whole thing. Why would you get back in the car? I'm perplexed. I am perplexed. And I remember I was at St. Louis Public, this woman jumping at me and stuff. That's what Miss Sutton do. Like, she about to hit you. Like, she gonna hit you. That's what she did to the students, too. Like, bitch, I wish you would. I wish the fuck you would. That's all. I just stood there. You was talking about me. Da-da-da-da. I sure did. I said exactly what you said. At first you said you was buying a house, then you said you was renting a house. At first you said you had 2 baby daddies, now you say you got 1, and somebody died. Stop playing games. Like, it's like, that's what you said. So why be mad about it? I'm just like, I don't get why or what that turned into. And I'm thinking it was Tracy. Because that's the only person that would follow somebody talking about, you talk about me. You talking about me. Yes, I did talk about you. I repeated what you said. So, if that's the case, yeah, bitch, I said it. I did it. I said it. That's why when I went to my auntie, I was hurt because I was like, I had to tell my auntie, I was like, I did all that. I did it. I told them, hey, that person is gay. I told them, yes, bacteria vaginosis exists. You have to be sure to clean yourself or tell your mom so you can go to the doctor. I told them about yeast infections. Tamisha was like one of the nosiest students. The girl wasn't even supposed to be in my classroom. She was supposed to be in Miss Sutton's classroom. So then this little girl, we changed the room. Some should have told me then, these people have sent over your information from that school. Because she was like, well, let's just change the room around. I used to change the room a lot. Actually, me and the kids would make a decision to change the room. So I guess they were trying to base something on me, and it didn't have anything to do with them. Nothing. That school, that was my idea. It was all mine. It was not yours. Those are my ideas for me to make what I wanted to make for myself. It had nothing to do with the rest of the world. Y'all got all these people hunting me down, jealous, trying to destroy everything around me. You done sent all this shit to prejudice, racist ass Illinois and Missouri people. You hear me? Then in Texas, I had already gone through all that shit, and y'all want to put me through more shit again. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm really thinking it's time for me to raise my kid, let my kid have his peace. Even if later she'll have one woman let her kid bring to school. I said, can I bring my son? She said, no. Why can't I bring my son? Why can she bring her son, but I can't bring my son? You know, Sonia Murray. I was like, what the hell is going on? No. Like, what is wrong with y'all? And so I just was like, okay. I mean, I just keep him wherever he got to go. And sometimes I have to sneak him into school because some days I'm late. I couldn't take him all the way. So I was like, no, I mean, y'all not going to keep. Every time it was always something. It was always some situation, some problem. But then somebody else could do it. And this, that, and the other. It's like, okay, I don't know what's going on or why y'all would do that. And so it's like, if y'all gonna follow that regimen, then you must be ready to be sued. Because a lot of that was a hostile work environment. A lot of, especially Dallas ISD, I was like, this too far for somebody to come every day so y'all can pretend to have a problem with me. So y'all can talk about Marcus Boyd. So y'all can set up stuff so y'all can be on his side. Like, all this different stuff. You know, that was too much. It was too much. It was way too much. And y'all, and the thing is, it wasn't even for y'all. It was for me. All of that was for me. I don't know why they would do that. I have no clue why. And so, y'all already stole the school. I guess that's what y'all was setting up when I couldn't make it to the let me make my school meetings. I didn't have anybody to help me make the school or whatever. I didn't trust anybody because everybody had already been stealing everything. So, I don't know. Y'all just really wanted it. If you wanted it, hey, you know, y'all still didn't have to stay on the path that I was on. You could have made your own path. You really could have. You didn't have to become hostile in my environment. Y'all didn't have to bring hostility to my environment. That first assistant principal, he started talking about gunshots, and when you hear the sirens going by and all this different stuff, you must be in the hood. And actually, that's not true. Like, if you live by, you can live anywhere by a fire station or the police station, and you will hear the sirens. Like, that's just not true. That's not true. That doesn't determine the neighborhood. It really doesn't. You can hear fireworks. I live in a neighborhood where I heard fireworks from the soccer game. So sometimes it's almost like when people have so much negativity, or like where it's like you are the joke. That's when you start to realize that this person. But you know what? That's what we go through as honor students. I don't know how many of y'all honor students, but people do. They always make fun of us. They always do. Like, it's all because we geeks. You know, we it's not cool to be smart. And actually it is, because you are the change makers. You are the people that will change the world. You are the people that are bold enough to come up with ideas that you want to actually investigate. And that's all I'm saying. Is like, I just didn't like that. And so I don't know if it was this principal either. But even if it was, I wouldn't want him following me either. I wouldn't want none of that. I don't want you to tell my story. I wouldn't want you putting me through anything because y'all ignorant. Like, it's like your ignorance led me to nothing. You know, when my brilliance was trying to lead me to something else. So it's like I already set up this path and you want to come and deter it the whole time. The whole time. For what? Like, I didn't come there and challenge you. I didn't come there and throw down the gauntlet like, I challenge you to teach. No, I didn't do that. I wasn't trying to do that to you at all. I was not trying to do that to you. I was trying to get myself through something that I wanted to go through. It had nothing to do with anybody having to come into my personal life. It had nothing to do with anybody coming into my teaching career. You guys didn't have to do anything to me. Nothing. Nothing. Alphas, you had already. Alphas is always an alpha. You had already fucked up everything on campus for me. I was in counseling. I was so depressed. I was so depressed. What was his name? Martin walks up to me. Why you got the unk on your arm? Not your business. It's mine. It's my unk. It's my unk, my nigga. It's my unk. I told him, I was like, oh yeah, to educate me and my family. Then all the stuff started with the Sigmas and those older men and all this different stuff. I'd already been through all this stuff with the Q dogs. It was just a lot of mess. Like, I mean, I just don't understand what it is and why y'all can't see. Why y'all would have to be the people to take the vision from me or to think that you taking it from me. Like, I don't get y'all. I just don't. I don't get your purpose. You know, my purpose is never to neglect or abuse another person. That's not my purpose. And I think too, also, this whole thing about the quarantine and all this being locked up or whatever, I think that should help some people realize that you, like, a lack of compassion or a lack of, minding your business in your own yard. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay in your yard. Stay in your backyard. Don't come to mine. Because a lot of the stuff would have never happened if you would not have ever been involved. And that's where the crimes and stuff come in. If you were never involved, it would not have ever happened. I promise you, it would not have ever happened. Because I stay so focused on what I got to be into that I don't give a fuck about whatever everybody else doing. But because you want to involve yourself in that situation, because you thought it required your finesse, that's why all this stuff happened. And that's why you need to go to jail, because it was premeditated. You see, you could have stopped at one point, but you continued to follow me, stalk me, find out the stories about my past, all this different stuff to put it where. You continued to do what you were doing. For what reason, I don't know. I don't even know your fucking name. I don't even know your fucking name. That whole time, all that stuff based on rumors and all this shit. And yo, thieving ass will sit up there and follow somebody. And do all that dumb shit. I don't even know your name. I don't know none of them. I really don't. And that's my whole thing. I'm so disappointed and let down. And I don't even know you. I'm so hurt and disgusted at the thought that a person would have this much power to try to manipulate people like that. I'm disgusted. I'm just not. Oh my God. Man, I'm done. Anyway, Shantae, Brown Sugar Talks. Oh my God. Just have a good Sunday, please. please just have a good Sunday.